Did you know that at the 32nd SEA Games, Mobile Legends Bang Bang smashed viewership records with over 1.4 million peak concurrent viewers for the men's event and nearly 1.3 million for the women's? That's right, a mobile game is pulling in viewers like major traditional sports. As MLBB headlines again in the 33rd SEA Games 2025 in Thailand, it's not just about the medals. It's reshaping how Southeast Asia's young gamers are seen, heard, and celebrated. Stay tuned because what's coming might just blow your expectations. Welcome back to Mobile Legends News. Today we're diving deep into why MLBB's inclusion as a marquee esports event in SEA Games 2025 matters big time. It's not just another tournament, it's a statement. From boosting national pride, increasing visibility for players, to giving esports legitimacy in spaces once reserved for traditional sports, MLBB is doing more than entertaining. It's changing the game for Southeast Asia. Let's get into what this means for players, fans, and evolving landscape of esports. In many parts of Southeast Asia, traditional sports such as soccer, basketball, and athletics still dominate media coverage, national funding, and public attention. But there's a growing disconnect. Younger audiences are spending more time on their phones, streaming, gaming, tuning into esports. Traditional sports often struggle to speak directly to this new generation. Younger fans want fast-paced content, interactivity, representation, recognizable voices, and stars they can relate to. Traditional institutions are often slow, bureaucratic, or stacked with legacy expectations that make rapid adaptation hard. Enter esports, and specifically MLBB. It's mobile, affordable, accessible, and it doesn't even require expensive infrastructure. It's already deeply embedded in youth culture across Southeast Asia, from Indonesia's cafes to the Philippines' barangays, from Malaysia's kiosks to Vietnam's mobile data shops. But despite the popularity, exposure has been uneven. Many players struggle to get visibility, sponsorships, or recognition beyond niche circles. National federations sometimes treat esports like a side event rather than center stage. Media coverage remains inconsistent, even with massive viewership online. Many players don't benefit financially, and national support systems are still catching up. MLBB's role in the Southeast Asia Games 2025 helps address several of these challenges. First, by giving MLBB a medaled sports status again for both men and women in the SEA Games. It raises esports into the same platform as traditional sports, opening doors for funding, recognition, and national athlete support. Second, the exposure is huge. The 32nd SEA Games in Cambodia had MLBB pull in peak viewership of over 1.4 million for men and nearly as much for women. That shows audience interest is real, large, and growing. Third, it offers players from less represented countries a chance to compete and shine on a regional stage, increasing their chances for sponsorship, recognition, and perhaps even international careers. But it's not all smooth sailing. Issues remain, such as lack of infrastructure in certain countries, inconsistencies in coaching, lack of standardized pathways for development, and fewer players getting exposure, as well as challenges around monetization, media rights, and support for player welfare. As MLBB becomes more mainstream in events like the Southeast Asia Games, these gaps become more visible and more urgent to solve. But first, let's zoom out, crank up the graphics, and see how MLBB has become more than just a thumb-twitching fun mobile game. It's a cultural movement, economic engine, and fan magnet across Southeast Asia. Think of it like your favorite snack that started in a corner store, then suddenly every store wants to sell it, and people are queuing up for it at midnight. That's MLBB in Southeast Asia right now. First, the player base. According to ActivePlayer.io, MLBB currently has 24.6 million monthly active players as of October 2025. While that's lower than its peak, which is 37.8 million earlier in 2025, it's still huge, like having almost the entire population of a small country logging in regularly just to push rank. Viewership? MLBB isn't shy there either. At the 32nd SEA Games in Cambodia, the men's MLBB category hit a peak concurrent viewership of 1,462,871, and the women's tournament nearly matched it with 1,367,274 viewers. These aren't just numbers. They're live proof that people want to watch MLBB as much as they want to watch, say, regional finals in football or basketball. And maybe even more because you don't need tickets, just Wi-Fi or data. MLBB's women's events are also breaking ceilings like a pro jungler ganking lanes. In the Southeast Asia Games 2023, the women's MLBB event became the most viewed female esports tournament ever, with 1.37 million peak viewers and an average of 300,000 viewers over its nearly 21-hour broadcast. That's not just progress, it's a statement. Now, what does this all mean for local economies and culture? Picture this. Cities hosting MLBB tournaments become stages for tourism, infrastructure, and media. Vendors, hotels, transport, even food stalls all benefit. For example, Moonton's officials said that MLBB's inclusion in the Southeast Asia Games, especially in 2025 hosted across Bangkok Metropolitan Region, Chonburi, and Songkhla, is part of a strategy with the Thailand Esports Federation to unlock economic and tourism opportunities for the kingdom. And culturally, MLBB is embedding itself in everyday life across Southeast Asia. In many places, it's not unusual to hear "Welcome to Mobile Legends" in internet cafes, see barangays or kampungs organizing MLBB viewing events, hear commentary in local dialects, or see school teams training. The fandom is almost tribal in its loyalty. Indonesia versus Philippines matches often draw nation pride and memes as fast as skill shots. Plus, the economic spillover. App downloads remain massive. Statista reports in June 2025, MLBB recorded about 8.31 million global downloads in just 1 month, and lifetime downloads exceed 695 million. Monetization, from in-game purchases, sponsorships, tournament prize pools, streaming, and gear, means serious money moving through cities, especially in Southeast Asia, where MLBB is often among top games by revenue. All of this together makes it clear, MLBB's rise isn't just a game story. It's social, cultural, and economic. And as we head into the SEA Games 2025, the stakes get even higher. The exposure, the platform, the potential. It's like the next level skin everybody wants, and not many have yet. Now picture this. On October 30, 2024, Moonton Games dropped the mic. They officially announced that Mobile Legends Bang Bang would headline the esports roster at the SEA Games 2025 in Thailand, with both men's and women's tournaments earning medal status. It wasn't just a press release. It was a turning point. The very game many dismissed as mobile fun time has now secured its place alongside athletics, swimming, and badminton in the pantheon of regional sports. The announcement itself felt like a cinematic reveal, with banners, partnerships, and promises. Moonton paired up with the Thailand Esports Federation, or TESF, to jointly build this vision, using MLBB as the spearhead to unlock economic and tourism opportunities in Thailand. Imagine it, a mobile game backed up by a national sports institution sharing analytics, marketing, and grassroots development. Suddenly, MLBB was not just entertainment, it was institutionalized. But the meaning goes deeper. This marks the 4th consecutive time MLBB is a medaled event in the Southeast Asia Games. That consistency tells us something. This wasn't a fluke or a trend. MLBB has earned permanence in Southeast Asia's sports ecology. When a game becomes a recurring medal event, it sends a statement to governments, sponsors, and skeptics. They're all saying, "We're here to stay." For players and fans, that moment was electric. Think of it as going from underground basement gigs to headlining Coachella overnight. You're on the same stage as giants. Suddenly your performance can win your country a gold, not just a Twitch follow-up. The pressure, it's sky high, and the potential is astronomical. The ripple effects are immediate. National federations have to take esports seriously now. They need selection systems, athlete welfare, anti-doping policies, training facilities, and more. Broadcasters and media must allocate airtime. Sponsors who once dismissed mobile gaming now see a credible advertising platform. And for fans, it normalized the idea of esports doesn't just belong in online arenas. It belongs on stadium floors, on opening ceremonies, and in medal tallies. What's more is that this announcement sets the stage for what's to come. It's a gateway moment. Now, MLBB in the SEA Games 2025 doesn't just stand on past records. It will likely push the boundaries of what an esports event in a multi-sport stage looks like, which is bigger venues, larger live audiences, cross-event collaborations, and even more pressure to raise production value across the board. MLBB's rise from mobile app to medal esports centerpiece has transformed how Southeast Asia views gaming in its cultural and athletic landscape. It has bridged elite competition, grassroots fandoms, and national prestige into one ecosystem. With its inclusion in the Southeast Asia Games 2025, esports is no longer fringe. It's integral. The future? More tournaments, more visibility, and more opportunities for new heroes to emerge, and for Southeast Asia to show the world it's a powerhouse in competitive gaming. But what do you think? Is MLBB's role in the Southeast Asia Games a turning point or just another chapter? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Whether you're a pro player, casual fan, or skeptic, I want to hear your take. And don't forget to check out our other videos on rising gaming trends and player spotlights. Subscribe and don't miss out. Till next time.